Double feeding's really annoying.
For speed loader.
So right now, so far, the overpriced Pit Viper is just boogie crap. But it looks good. So there's that. You just blind your enemy with how good it looks. Just be like, wait, look, it looks good. Don't shoot. Okay, this is part 2. We had a little bit of quality issues with the first one. I just wanted to get that video out there. First looks at the Pit Viper. So this morning I was looking over the quality, and I knew it wasn't the greatest quality on that last video. No biggie. Man, once again I keep forgetting how dark this is in the background. But anyways, no worries. Pit Viper. So I'm going to actually show you some B-roll quality of just me, you know, shooting this for the first time, getting some field testing. It was 47 degrees outside, running just some box targets with the Pit Viper with the Ace Tech on there. I had some major feeding issues, and I was really concerned. A couple things I noticed, you know, out of the box. This thing was just lubed up like crazy. I left it alone because I wanted to see out-of-box performance. Out-of-box performance, I was using .25s with tracer BBs, Lancer Tactical tracer BBs, and I tried a dozen things. And when I was outside, it was 47 degrees. I was like, I couldn't figure out what was going on in the moment. I didn't want to do full disassemblies outside. I didn't want to lose any parts. And it was just kind of a spare the moment, you know, test. Well, I'm doing some indoor tests right now. That way I don't have any concerns about the green gas, you know, not cycling properly. Honestly, it wasn't an issue with the racking of the slide. The slide was racking just fine. I've definitely disassembled this a couple times to go ahead and now take a look at it. There's some pluses and minuses. I can't wait to do a full review on this, but this, I just wanted to show you how to fix the feeding issues with the Pit Viper. It is unfortunate that it does have feeding issues. I was a little frustrated at first, and the fix didn't honestly make sense. I don't know which of the two really fixed it. I wiped down the lube. I kind of wiped down the lube, and we got some of that general lube. I mean, this thing was like just soaking wet with lube. So Pit Viper, kind of first look, part 2, it's still great. Still a great pistol. I think it's extremely expensive for what you get, but I'm gonna kind of go over that in my review about what I truly feel. But one thing to keep in mind, when I talked about in the first video how this paddle is extremely minimalistic, and I have to agree, like I truly did enjoy that, but here's some issues, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to put a mag in here, I'm going to show you. So here is the pulling of the trigger. We're racked back, and then I'm going to get my SSP1, or honestly I could just this one, actually, this is the M&P. So I'll need another high kappa to kind of show you. So there's the paddle, right? Go ahead and grip it like normal. Maybe it helps if I rack it. No BBs, no mag, right? Kind of just a light hold, right? So the issue is actually with that beautiful paddle that I actually praised. So my second issue with the Pit Viper is when you go ahead and go to grab it, if you don't go ahead and grab this like you're holding a holding almost with a death grip, not a death grip, I think a death grip is a little aggressive, but honestly, like, I don't hold my pistols super tight, but in order to enable this to shoot good, you do have to hold it super tight. Even when I go ahead and pull it lefty, I notice, like, I don't hold my pistols as tight as it's requiring me to pull. And so this is my second complaint. Remember my first complaint on the first video, I showed you some compensator issues, but you have to hold this thing, like, I mean, you could almost see how how strong I'm holding that. And my goodness, in order to get that triggered to enable, I'm gonna first show you this video. And this video is the feeding issues we had in the field. So enjoy that part, and then I'll show you how I fixed it.
So I'm gonna go and load this up real quick, and then we're gonna see how the tracer looks at night. We do have a bright light on, but it's good.
Just your goofy self. Oh. I saw green things fall.
Yeah.
Oh, lasers.
Pretty cold outside. Immediately having some feeding issues. My sister Natasha is helping me. Thank you, Natasha.
Double feeding's really annoying.
This is fun.
Horrible feeding though.
Oh, get it!
Yeah, you're doing great.
I know I am. I see why you do this.
It's running out of gas. It's because it's how cold it is out here.
All right, so now that we're back from those feeding issues, isn't that weird? But I mean, I guess, you know, you pay $300 for a pistol and maybe you still get some issues, right? Nah, listen, I'm not gonna bash. I believe who makes this is it Jag Arms? I'm gonna have to do more research. That's what I'm gonna do more research before I do the review, to go ahead and you know, on this is my first, I think this is Jag Arms, and this is my first Jag Arms pistol, if it is, or maybe it's JG, I don't know if that's Jag Arms. And it's a rotary style hop up for a gas blowback. And so right now, to turn it back, pretty much it turns 180 degrees, rotary style, and it goes from all the way from the muzzle side, and it turns all the way back to the rear of the slide here. And when you turn it all the way this way, that's hop up, meaning that it's going to put a heavier spin on the BB, and putting it forward, you're going to put a lower spin. So usually with feeding issues, when I go ahead and lower the hop up, you're going to have less feeding issues because it's not pushing down on the BB as much. Well, with this, when I go ahead and turn the hop up, it fixed my feeding issues. Which I found to be unique. I'm only using 0.25. It's not like I'm using, you know, 0.28s or 0.3s or even anything higher. You know, I'm just using 0.25s. I wasn't expecting to have the feeding issues that I did. I guess they want you to use 0.2s in this, but regardless, I wiped it down, got some of that lube off, and then I went ahead and pretty much turned the hop up, and I stopped getting feeding issues. The lube wipe down didn't have anything to do with it because I wiped it down and then turned the hop up all the way low, and then I just did some feeding tests where I just went ahead and racked the slide and see how the BBs would fall out, and pretty much every time I would rack the slide, it wouldn't double feed, it would just pretty much fall right out of the barrel. So for some reason I don't know why, I wiped down that hop up bucking to make sure that there wasn't lube and it wasn't like slipping, and still, even after wiping it down, on the hop up turned all the way down. My son, hey Jace, my son is listening. He's gonna be a gun boy. I could already tell. He likes listening to my gun talk. But yeah, so anyway, when I turned the hop up all the way up, all feeding issues went out the window. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, no more BBs falling out of the barrel, just pooping out, as my sister said, pooping out of the barrel. They're completely fine. So that fixed the issue. So if you have issues with your, you know, almost $300 gas blowback, it it's interesting, to say the least. Actually, right here you can actually see still how much lube. You see right there where the slide release is. That is still showing you just how much lube from which is great in a way. You know, because if these are sitting for long periods of time, at least they're not, you know. I don't have any issue with a airsoft pistol being dry though. Personally, like if it's dry, bone dry, I will lube it myself. I feel like if I'm buying a $300 pistol, like put lube where it matters. But this thing was soaked. It was drenched. Yeah. So yeah, feeding issues, and then like I said, paddle issues. So far we got 3 issues with this gun. Minimalist stuff. I'm definitely gonna be talking about some more. There's 2 more things that I want to say issue-wise before I show you how it cycles now. One being the durability. This thing has this like plastic molding. So this is all metal, but it has, you see where it's shiny? It's almost like they put adhesive and put a plastic ejection molding over the metal to give it that extra 2-tone look. I think that's what it is. It almost seems like they do that. It nicks really easy is my concern. I got a nick right here, and you know, this is just like minimalistic stuff right there in that corner. When I was trying to put the, you know, test the compensator. The compensator, by the way, it is, I think, held on by like a ring on the outer barrel. So the outer barrel is held on by a ring, and that's how it's held on. I'm not seeing any issues with that. I had complaints about it on the first video, and it is what it is. But yeah, the durability is my, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth complaint. And then my last complaint is paint job, unfortunately. You would hope with almost a $300 airsoft cast blowback, you're getting, you know, decent barrel durability, but unfortunately, just like my Salient Arms, SSP1, not Salient Arms, just like my Salient Arms gold barrel here, if I could get it to show, a good bit of scratching over time, not a lot of shooting, and it, you know, it just scratches up that beautiful barrel, unfortunately. And the same thing happened. I mean, I haven't even put 100 rounds through this pistol yet, and we're getting, you know, a good bit of scratching on that barrel, and discoloration. You can see it really good right there. I don't know if it'll show with the way this glare is. I'll have to get it in natural light, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just discoloration is completely coming off for that. So that's kind of like my, what is it, whatever complaint that is last. These are minor complaints. The feeding was a big issue, but I mean, I give room for error on feeding, because when you're breaking in a pistol, the hop up has to adjust, the bucking has to change. When you're in cold weather versus warm weather, I think there's definitely some mismarketing out there by, I don't know who it was, I think it was GI, Airsoft GI. I think they had some mismarketing. They said said they were shooting it in 47 degree weather, while I was outside in 47 degree weather last night, and it was not performing well whatsoever. But I don't think it had to do with anything other than that hop up needing to be turned up, which is really weird. I don't understand why. But where am I at? So yeah, let me go ahead and get this. This is something I wanted to show to you, and we'll continue with this. I want to do one chrono test while you're here, and also want to go ahead and do just a feeding test now that I turn that hop up so you can see how well it feeds. It shoots pretty good too. So unfortunately for tracers right now, the only option I have is going to be a suppressor based tracer. So I got to take my brighter C off, and I'm going to put my this module on here. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is a Ace Tech tracer unit. This is their tech box kind of unit. I use this for one of my snipers, but we're going to go ahead and use this as our tracer unit because this is all I have for right now. Turn this on. Okay, we got this bad boy on. Joules, rate of fire, RPM. I got a speed unit, energy unit, caliber. I'm just changing the settings on this unit. You can change it from meters per second to joules. Make sure our caliber is, 6.0 millimeters. Make sure our BB weight is 0.2 grams. All right. Oh, not 0.21. There we go. All right. All right, we got our feet per second in joules. So we got some 0.2s. I got 3.2s in there. And we got the stock magazine, the Terran Tactical magazine. Ooh. We should be good. Should be good on that. Already got one in there, so we got 4 shots. So I'm gonna just show you in a safe manner. Put this on real quick. All right, shot 1. Wow, that's looking right. That doesn't look right at all. I don't know if this is trying to get a reading or not, but this is usually pretty accurate. But we're gonna try that one more time because it took a while for it to cool down, and quite literally, it's telling me that I had 1,000 joules. I mean, 1,000 FPS there for a second, which is insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. All right, we're gonna do it this way. Make sure I'm horizontal now. There you go, 314. That's why you wear PPE. 315. 316. 313. And 313. So once it cools down, so I overfilled the mag. That was on me. I'm still getting used to this new mag. Usually on like most of my green gas mags, I get like a pushback on that, and so I kind of could feel when I'm. This is the part you have to be careful with on this suppressor. You see how you could turn it and it turns. So you got to be careful when you have a tracer unit on there. What I like to do is I just hold it like that, and then it allows for me to take that off, no problem. But yeah, so 313 once it cooled down. So if your field allows for you to fill the green gas up, make sure you let them know or explain to them, hey, if you overfill the mag, most places I go to, they let me fill up the green gas and they fill up the mag with their BBs. I would be really concerned though, because that was .2s and you saw like it was, I don't know if the chronograph, built-in chronograph was having to adjust, and I was going at a down angle, so that probably actually was causing the reading to be off. So once I came from this angle to horizontal, I started to get more reliable readings. I also was 4 shots in, so I think it was a mixture of all that. So forgive me for that, but 313, that's pretty good. The magazine is still there. I just want to do one more shot, and I'm just gonna hold the, we got a auto load. I'm gonna just pretty much do this like this, and I'm just gonna hold the muzzle to it, and we're gonna do one more test shot. Very good. We're getting great feeding too. Ever since I did that fix, it's all good. So 306 on that last one. So I think it's hard to say. It really is. It's like a hit or miss. This could be an indoor pistol. It could. In some fields, if they, you know, I don't know. I wanna do some more testing before I do my review. But right now, out of the box with the stock magazine, as long as you don't overfill it and don't point it down at an angle, you're getting about sub 330. So that's respectable indoor FPS limits met. Regardless, I think with a little bit of break-in period, I am running that hop up all the way up, so that may make a difference on FPS. But that was the only way I got it to feed. And now I'm going to show you the feeding. These are the BBs I've been using. The field I go to mainly in Georgia, they have great prices on those, and that's the main tracer BBs they hold. And so I just always end up using those. I never have any issues with feeding on Lancer tactical tracers. There, we just put a couple of those in there to go ahead and show you. And we got the brighter C back on there. All right. Turn this down towards this way. My little dummy field. Trying to be as safe as I can. All right. I'm gonna turn this light off for y'all. Here we go. All right, here goes the little rapid fire. I'm gonna do one more normal shot and then we'll do rapid fire. All right, here we go. Every time, fed every shot. Bolt lock to the rear. Absolutely gorgeous. No complaints, y'all. I mean, not true. I have 5 complaints. You can see some of that barrel rub right there, and it's how it's scraping that. A little disappointed on that, but other than that, though, I'm super pleased. It's a very nice shooting. It shoots just as good as my SSP-1 once I adjusted that hop up. I'm a little concerned with the quality of the hop up bucking that they put in there. I definitely feel that they put a janky hop up bucking in there. The barrel's not a tight bore by any means. It's the same barrel diameter as my SSP-1 by Novich. But it's one of the most beautiful pistols I've ever held. It's the most expensive pistol I've ever held, airsoft wise. And you know, I think it has room to grow. I would like to see that price come down just a little bit. If we could have it at $215, I think that would be a steal, honestly, for the quality. I think $224 is good too, but definitely sales in the future. This is going to be a worthwhile pistol. Much better than the baby Baba Yaga that they had. I didn't. That's just like a overpainted high kappa. This at least has some, you know, aesthetics that the other one didn't. The jimping, the stippling, excuse me, is just absolutely, it's so nice. That paddle, it's growing on me. I think you have to kind of break it in, because I had some shots last night that were really bad, and this morning were really bad, but now it's not as bad. It just, if you don't hold it nice and tight, like I said, it makes that trigger pull way longer than it needs to be. But I get it, it's a safety mechanism. It's just my least favorite part about 2011s and high kappas. But thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, support me, leave a like, and I promise to make more videos in the future. I'll see you next time.